Jimmy loves to pet his dog, and he loves to hug. Pick a movie, I'll pick you up, we'll go eat sushi. Or we'll go downtown, with our best moves we can boogie. Oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na 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 na. We are goofy, playing tag in the jacuzzi. We'll go upstairs, with our best moves we get groovy. My, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na 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 na.
Sabes que debería estar contigo. Sabes que no creo que te haya gustado. No me importa si lo haces o no. Sabes que you just forgot it all. Sabes que yo, haciéndome preguntar mis pensamientos. Sabes que yo pienso mucho y no quiero. Sabes que I don't know you don't know me. Sabes que I must just like the mystery.
제목. 제목은 타임이에요. 타임. 타임? 네. 주인공 송웅이 형님. 백형. 동대문 새벽시장. 짝퉁 시계팔, 롤렉스 이런 거. 동양.
We both saw this coming from a mile away. We both know that there are bigger forces at play. I guess it's for the best to feel the worst for a while. I put my trust in us like the lily of the Nile. So maybe it needs a break before it can work. Maybe we need to both look at the hurt. Maybe we need to lose us to find ourselves again. Oh, it's time to go from lovers back to friends. Oh, I still feel like you could be the one, but we both need freedom to run. Run wild, run free. There's so much more to see, like a diamond in the rough yet to be. So maybe it needs a break before we can work.
시리야? 맛있겠다. 이렇게 하면 못 쓰는데.
외웠어? 응? 외웠어?
재수 없어서.
Pick a movie, I'll pick you up, we'll go eat sushi. Or we'll go downtown. With our best moves we can boogie. Oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na 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 na. We are goofy, playing tag in the jacuzzi. We'll go upstairs, with our best moves we get groovy.
The birds fly south as the light leaves your eyes. Hold on to your dream. Oh, I know you wanna scream. Since the day you're born, you're just a flower on your own, waiting